Hey everyone, welcome to Sacred Brand Strategy, where all of your brand strategies are sacred. Today we're talking about the energy of the new moon in Purva Ashada, in the nakshatra Purva Ashada, in the zodiac sign Sagittarius. This is according to Vedic astrology. It's going to be on December 30th, 4:26 p.m. Central Standard Time. And we're just going to just jump right into what it's going to mean for each rising sign, Aries through Virgo. All right. So I have my new deck of cards here. So excited. So just so I can pinpoint more specific areas for you to work in your brand. So I use Vedic astrology, I use traditional brand strategies, and I also use tarot and oracle cards to help you get a really deep and clear understanding of how you can kind of move and flow with the energy of the moon and the lunar cycles to manifest your brand strategy goals. And also to have, I use all these tools to help you have a clear and authentic message that you can share with your audience with confidence, okay? So without further ado, let's go ahead and use these new cards that I made today. I'm so excited. What does Taurus Rising need to know about their brand strategies for this? Did it get darker? Did it seem like it got darker? Okay, what does Taurus Rising need to know about their brand strategies for this upcoming lunar cycle? Okay, this says audience. Okay, audience. So there might need to be some more research done, a little bit more refocusing on who your audience is. Let's do some more clarifying. More clarifying. Please clarify audience for Taurus Rising. What do they need to know about their audience? So for you, your first lord is in your fourth house. Okay, your first lord is in your fourth house. And where is the new moon? The new moon is in your eighth house. The focus on your audience might be because Rahu is in your 11th house. But you also have Mercury in your 7th house. So that also might be why the focus is on audience, because Mercury is friendships. 7th house is the 7th house is, relationships, all kind of relationships. All right, Four of Wands, okay? So there's some type of foundation. So so far it's looking like, okay, Four of Horses, to me, I don't want to go through the whole story because it seems like I always explain the whole story every time I go through Four of Horses. But Four of Horses or Four of Wands it's like a celebration. And I always talk about how it's important for me to help you understand who your audience is through Vedic astrology, because with astrology you can get down to like who do you really mesh with, who do you gel with, who vibes with you, who is your, what people call tribe, and it's important that people know that authentically, not just who do we want to be our audience or, you know, things like that, but like, what is the type of person that you really gel with and get along with? Who are the type of people who will celebrate you as a brand strategist? Oh, not I'm a brand strategist, but you as a entrepreneur, your services and your products. Who can you connect with that will not just tolerate them, but really celebrate what you're bringing to the table as an entrepreneur? And I think you need to adjust your audience, because the audience that you have right now are not celebrating your message or your purpose or your services and your products the way that another audience would. So we might need to be finding that. Okay, so let's do some more clarification. Please clarify audience and the Four of Wands. You could be feeling unappreciated with the current audience that you have. And we don't want that. Please clarify audience in the Four of Wands. I hope you can't hear all this rain, but it's raining, so hopefully it's not a distraction. All right, and the last card to clarify is Holy Amethyst again. So this is move beyond current challenges, focus on what you desire. So we're talking about your first lord, Venus, and your Venus is in your 10th house. Your Venus is in your 10th house with Saturn, and it has Mars's 8th aspect on it. So for what this is, your 10th house, it represents your work environment, right? And you also, because Saturn is in a Kendra house, with the Kendra houses are the 1st, the 4th, the 7th, and the 10th, and it's in its own sign, Aquarius. That means it's creating a Sasha Yod, right? And this makes Saturn so important, so important to your work environment, so important to your whole chart actually, but it's really important to your work environment. You need to be so responsible, so disciplined, so just really focused on taking care of your responsibilities. And this here is talking about challenges and obstacles. So if you're experiencing challenges and obstacles when it comes to your money, when it comes to wanting to, your level of focus, when it comes to your work environment, it might not be there, because Venus is big Bala, or Venus has the most strength in your 4th house. And so it's gonna kind of pull you to want to really focus on home. And you have Leo in the 4th house, so you might just want to have fun and just be real creative and just relax. But you really want to put all that energy that you have, that you want to, you might want to slack off on work, but use that energy, that creative, fun energy, and that you feel, and put it into your work environment so that it can help you to, you know, to insert more fun into your work environment, and just saying like, I wish I was doing something else right now. I wish I was just having fun. Put the fun and the creativity and creative self-expression into your work environment. Okay, but you want to balance fun and rest with discipline and working hard. Okay, and also being patient. That's what Saturn wants us to exercise, patience when it comes to certain things. For when it comes to your career, your business, your brand, you want to exercise patience in your work environment. All right, so let's look at your 3rd house. The 3rd house is what we need to put our efforts into during this lunar cycle. So from December 30th until the end of January, you want to be focusing on. So you have retrograde Mars in your 3rd house, retrograde and debilitated Mars in your 3rd house, and you have Rahu's 5th aspect. So what I would say you need to do is this, while Mars is transiting in your 3rd house and it's debilitated, is you want to put a lot of effort into communicating, a lot of effort into your marketing and the way that you communicate, your brand messages, your brand messaging, your brand stories. And like, this is the main thing, you want to communicate to your audience. Put a lot of effort in communicating to your audience. Okay, not just learning about them, but you're going to have to learn about them, but they need to learn about you too. They need to learn about you too. So put your focus there, no matter how hard it is, no matter how frustrating it might be. Put your focus on communicating with your audience and learning more about them and who they are. So let's look at your 6th house. In your 6th house, you have Libra there, and it has Mars 4th aspect. So your 6th house is your daily work routine, and Mars's 4th aspect is about taking control of certain things. Okay, so with Libra representing relationships, you're taking control of not just saying, well, I guess, you know, the audience that just comes is the audience that comes. You don't want to just be lackadaisical about your audience or reaching out to your audience or communicating to your audience. You need to be really focused on the type of audience that you want. Spend some time reflecting, because like I said, Mars is retrograde. So you could be reflecting on how you're going to take control of your audience situation. How are you going to take control of learning about them? This is what you need to focus on in your daily work routine, communicating to them. Those are the main 2 things. You have to take control of it. It's not just like, oh, that's cute, that's something I should do. No, this is what you need to take control of in your daily work routine, okay? Moving on to, I already talked about your 10th house, and then let's look at your 11th house. In your 11th house, again, this is what I'm saying, audience is so important, because your your 11th house is how you gain authority in your work, in your work environment, and it's also your earnings, but it's also large groups of people. So also that's your audience, large groups of people, and it's like your associations, your circles, okay? And then you have Neptune there, you have Rahu there, and you have Chiron there. So and it's in Pisces in your 11th house. So it's a lot of clarity. You need so much clarity on the right audience for you right now. And you also want to make sure you're addressing the fact that there could be some type of wounds with Chiron, the wounded healer, in your 11th house. There could be some wounds that you might need to address when it comes to how you relate to your audience or how you just connect with people in general. And addressing those wounds can help take you to the next level in how you connect with your audience, okay? And that's what I have for you, Taurus Rising.